husbands submit to God and then the wives submit to the husbands, and that whole scripture there, you will see that is the verse that talks about a restored relationship. And the restored relationship says a woman submit to the husband and men love the wives as Christ loved the church. And if that is the restored version, and we can then look and see in the garden, it means then that going back to the original, restoration speak of going back to the original. So it means then that Adam loved his wife and Eve submitted to Adam. Now we know that version, that word submission in this times is a very serious, struggling word. And many of us have a problem with it because what we have seen as submission have been many times being abused, being taken advantage. And I have two explanations or to talk about abuse. One, abnormal use. Abnormal use then is where you take something of its original purpose and use it for something else that never allows it to fully come to its fullness. In other words, if you take your phone and just use it to hold paper down or to slap on anything, a hit person's way, ultimately what's happening is that phone never gets to use its full purpose. But more so, the purpose of the phone, meaning misuse of the phone, ultimately cause the phone's lifespan to shorten. So abuse actually creates a disruption to anything being used. So therefore, any person being misused in a relationship, so a woman in a relationship, in a marriage or relationship generally, that's being misused, that's being underappreciated, that's being, let me say in a harsh ways, that is not being treated well. What you're doing is that you are literally setting up the woman to be in a broken state, but more so the relationship itself is going to be always eroding. The other aspect of abuse is absence of use, which is really minimizing the use of the actual entity and making it and breaking it so it does not feel valued.
Right.
So many times now, most of us who see this word submission have experienced abuse. So therefore, when abuse is seen, when submission is spoken about, all that comes back to memory is, no, I'm not going to be abused anymore.